Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 33. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars, verse 34, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Behold, the word of the Lord Yahweh received it. Believe not the powers of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack. First of all, I'm going to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Chakadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the bishops here at Great Millstone who rule and who teach well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect. To the Akim out there in the highways and byways, making their bodies a living sacrifice as the scriptures ordain you to do so. I want to say shalom to you, my brothers, as well. Continue to fight the good fight of faith. Also, continue to spread the good news, which is the gospel, spread it across the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you, mighty brothers. Shalom to the Akwaf, the sisters out there listening and learning in silence, reverencing your husbands if you have one, seeing you too have to fight the good fight of faith, to stay in order under subjection of your husbands to the best of your ability in a time where it is not popular to do so. Seeing that these times are going to get more perilous and difficult and dangerous. And in these dangerous times, the Lord is going to make a man more precious than fine gold in these times, man. Okay? When you go into that word precious, it goes into valuable, which means we're going to be the true high value men upon the face of the earth. Lord willing, we be those men. When the tables turn and the momentum shifts, and the true value will be wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and fear of the Lord. And above all, having faith in Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ. All right, shalom. Shalom to you believers out there who do believe, but it's not out there in the highways and byways, but you have transformed your minds through the Spirit and to walk in the Spirit. All right, and have not conformed, to this world, and this image, and ultimately his beast in the mark. All right. I say shalom to you also as well. You are taking part of getting a prophet a drink of water, food, clothing, shelter, whatever support or the lot the Lord that got you in. All right. Maybe you ultimately receive a prophet's reward. All right. This particular video, I just wanted to go into this article that I seen a brother put up. Actually, one of the brothers put it up in the chat last night. And then I just seen it again, but the Spirit just had me, bring it out or make a video about it and go into Second Ezra 16, all right? And as you can see the heading, it says, Army raises maximum enlistment age to 42. New regulation document shows, man, okay? And really, this just shows the desperate, all right, mindset that these elite leaders are in. Okay? They're desperate, man. Okay? They're desperate to get, soldiers to fight in their banker's war, man. Okay? But the Lord told you these times would come. These perilous times, man. Okay? And here it is. They raising up the age limit, okay, to fight in the war. And what do you think is coming next, man? The draft, man. Okay? That draft is coming next, man. Okay? And when that draft is coming, they're gonna randomly select, people, from the America, to actually fight in this war. Okay? And a lot of you YNs and you WYNs, you see what I'm saying? You young women, you know what I'm saying, who glorify all this grape robbery and murder, within, all right, the Jake neighborhoods. Guess what, man? Here's your opportunity. Okay? Here's your opportunity, to be a badass like you think you are, over here, man, amongst your brothers, man. Well, let's see you be that same badass, man, over there. You see what I'm saying, in that war, man. Okay? Because you either gonna die from the war, from famine, all right, from plagues or pestilence. You see what I'm saying? But the Lord, all right, got a special ending for you, man, for rejecting His word, man, and rejecting the men, who obtain that word. Okay, real talk, man. Here it is. You want to be a badass. You see what I'm saying, and pump your chest up at your brother because you able to destroy your brothers in the hood. Well, guess what? Let's see you go over there and destroy them, man. Because guess what? Through the Spirit, hey, these little young YNs, man, they gonna be getting drafted, man. Okay, they're gonna be rounded up in the neighborhoods, all right, shackled, from head to feet. And guess what, man? Esau gonna put their ass in that war, man, and send them on the front line like cannon fodder, man. You know, to be destroyed. Okay. But the reason why they had to raise up that age limit, guess what, man? Because nobody's listening to a war, man. Why? Because the man of sin is being revealed, and now it's coming out that all these wars is bankers' wars, and really just elite, positioning, all right, to try to position total control over the earth, man. Okay. To fight, or go over there and fight a war with Israel and America, all right, to destroy some people. You see what I'm saying? That they never caused no problem like America and Israel has done across the whole earth, man. Okay. Hey, don't get me wrong. They got things the Lord is going to hand to them as well. Okay, but nevertheless, all right, these damn devils. Nobody wants to go fight in this war, man. This is why, they raising up the age limit, man. Okay. So, hey, this is a part of that judgment, man. Okay, that sword, man. They gonna get, they gonna perish, from the sword, man. Okay. It is what it is, man. And this is a judgment from the Lord. All right. This is a judgment from the Lord, man, and that He said it was going to happen, man. This is 2 Ezra 16. I'm going to start at 22. It says, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine. Okay? And if you can see also that famine is slowly increasing. Okay? In the Straits of Hormuz, you see what I'm saying? Iran is standing firm on not reopening it up to America and his allies. You see, everybody else can come in and out, but when it comes to America and his allies, guess what, man? They're not gaining entry, into that straits, man, to buy and sell and trade, man. Okay. Not unless they turn over that dollar into the yuan, man. All right, the Chinese dollar, man. Now that's how they're gonna have to buy and sell. Slocky, the petrodollar is in trouble right now, man. All right, and it's waning. You see, and it's not. Sooner or later, it's not going to be the dominant, force when it comes to buying and selling and trading, man. Okay. It's getting worse and worse, and it's getting weak, man. Okay. And now these devils are desperate, man, to have people enlist, in their armies, man. Okay. Which ultimately, like I said, will issue in a famine, man. Okay, which is really orchestrated. We believe is strategically orchestrated. You see, to ultimately bring in, that new world order and that digital currency. All right, which will ultimately lead to the MOTB. Okay, but hey, nevertheless, this is what's going on, man. Okay, and nobody wants to fight for unstable leaders, man. They unstable, man. They lie to they lie to their soldiers. Okay, they bring up false narratives. All right, on the reason why they've started this war over there in Iran. Okay, the majority of the people in America really thought this war was really pointless and useless. You see what I'm saying? And they figured they came to the conclusion like, man, damn, why are we fighting a war? You see what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with us. You know, because you want to back Israel. You see, so the people are getting wiser, man. And they're not enlisting into the services, the United States services, whether it be the Army, the Marines, the Navy. Okay, hey, they're starting those branches. They're starting to dwindle down, man. Okay, because hey, these people are starting to wake up, man, to the lies and the trickeries, man. Okay, nobody wants to go into your army anymore, man. All right, you don't really when a veteran is done serving his service or his in the army, you come back, you can't even come up in over in America, man. There's a lot of it's a lot of brothers that came back from the war. They poor, you see. I had seen a lot of things mentally, they fucked up in the head, with that PTSD. Okay, so this damn devil does not really treat his soldiers, you know what I'm saying, with care, man. you know, he fuck over his soldiers, man. All right. And I think it's a scripture in the Apocrypha somewhere, I believe, where it talks about, um, that'd be one thing that a couple things that the Lord hates. A soldier, you know what I'm saying, who's poor, man. Roughly paraphrasing. Okay. So they don't really take care of their soldiers, man. Especially, the Jake soldiers that go over there. All right. The Jake soldiers that go over there, man, they really just destitute, and they really, man, just trying to, find a way to come up, man, to buy a Charger, to get out of poverty that they already in America. A lot of them, that's the reason why they join and enlist in the Army, man, or the Marines or the Navy, all right, or the National Guards. It's to get their 3 hots in the cot and, get a little extra, a little more than what they actually had before they went in. Okay? It's not for really, putting their life down for a real cause or for their country and for their people. It's very seldom, people enlist in the Army for that, man. Okay? They don't listen to the Army. They listen to, just to really come up, man, or they'll say some free education. Okay? But that's a dumbass, that's a dumb reason, what I'm saying, to lay your life down. If you laying your life down for some money, that you really not going to see anyway, because of the taxes they take out and, whatever it is, you got to pay taxes like crazy over here, which we found out they don't even supposed to tax the American people, but they doing it anyway. They found a way to do it, the loopholes to do it. Okay? So why would you want to, fight for some, for somebody who don't give a fuck about you anyway, man? Hey, Iran is saying, once again, just like they did in Vietnam, a so-called black man, hey, go home, man. This is not your war, man. You ain't got nothing to do with this, man. But Jake ain't gonna listen. Okay? Jake gonna think he a badass and go over there and get his ass fucked up, man. Okay? And then you leave him behind, your children, if you got some, your women, okay? Which they ain't gonna have nobody to defend them. Okay? So, Jake fucked up all across the board, man. But the Lord prophesied this, man. This is 2nd Ezra 16:22. And I ain't going to be long because I'm going to close up after I get these scriptures. It said, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger, what? Shall the sword destroy, man. You see? And this is really a senseless war, all right? All to gain control over there in the east, man. You know, for what? That Pax Israel, man. All right? To bring a peace to Israel, man. Okay? That greater Israel project, man. Okay? Which really, you know, that what they're doing is just really trying to gain control over, you know, that east over there, man. And the resources over there with the oil. Okay? And other resources as well, you know. It's no coincidence that this, you know, that BB fella, you know, over there, net not a Jew, you see what I'm saying? Over there, you know, since the 80s, man, he's been trying to destroy certain countries and certain nations that surrounded him. All right. You know, for fear of retaliation and also for greed, you know. You covered in those nations' lands and resources, you know, trying to gain access, you know, and infiltrate, you know, their regime. Okay, so you can set up somebody in that place, man. You know, that's gonna, you know, do what you say, man. Okay. Hey, but those Carmenians, those Iranians, those Persians, man, is not having it, man. They don't want no peace talk. Okay. They ain't trying to negotiate. They ain't trying to come to a peace agreement or none of that. You know, you threw the first punch. All right. And you constantly continue to, throw those nukes, you know, and throw those missiles over there and killing innocent women and children. So they didn't had enough of you, man. They didn't had enough of your trickeries, man. All right. They didn't have enough of making covenants with you, man, and agreements with you. And now they want war, okay? And they ain't going to stop until they destroy you, man, okay? They've been planning these things for 30 plus years, man, okay? They've been planning this war for 30 plus years. And now, you know, they got ground troops over there. You see, they sent for ground troops, boots on the ground, okay? And when there's boots on the ground, you can't defeat them with your aerial, you know, and you trying to put boots on the ground, all right, then, hey, man, you've lost the war already, man, because you're not going to be able to defeat them damn Iranians, them Persians over there in those mountains. They've been living in that area, man, for centuries, man. Okay? So they know the longitude and latitude, you know, of that area or that terrain, man, like the back of their hand. Okay? This is why the scripture speaks of the least of the flock is going to draw, you know, this damn whore out, all right, into this third world's war, man. Okay? Israel, man, got America by the balls, man. You see? It's balls under that skirt, man. The Lady Liberty, man. You see, is a hermaphrodite. You see, and now they're enlisting, you know, these people into this war, man. Guess what, man? Which is gonna cause a famine, and guess what? It caused a lot of people to die of famine, and caused a lot of people to be destroyed by the sword, man. But like I just read, the modern day sword is the Second Amendment, all right, the right to bear arms. You know, that gun, man. Okay, verse 23, it says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung. Dung is really like horse manure, you know, cow manure, you know. Hey, when they defecate, you know, and release their bowels, you know, that is all over the, you know, is one pile of before one pile after another pile, man. Okay, all in the street, and they don't really care where, they defecate at. All right, but dead bodies, man, gonna be cast out as dung. Okay, it said, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. You see that? All right. So, hey, man, the Lord promised a feast for the birds, man. All right. The Lord promised, all right, that destruction was going to come to this earth, man. All right. In this third world war. Okay. It says there, verse 24, 2 Ezra 16 and 24, there shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. Why, man? Because they're going to die in the war. Okay. It's going to be very few men left, man. All right. Because why, man? Hey, they're going to die in the war. This is their judgment. All right. 2/3 of our people for, rejecting the Lord's correction. And these other nations, they getting their shit handed to them, okay, for taking part of our destruction. Causing us to go off, man, and worship their idols, man. Okay. It says, 2 Ezra 16, verse 25, it says, the trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men. All right? Because of this war, man. All right? And it's just the beginning stages of it, of it. Just like Yahweh Shai said, man. It's going to be wars and rumors of wars. All right? But the end is not yet, man. It's going to get worse. It's going to slowly increase, man. And they're not giving the accurate death total on what's going on over there in with that war. Okay? They're not giving that line about how many people are, dying over there in the war. All right? Making it seem like that they're winning the war. Well, hell, why you trying to call for a peace then? If you got them in cornered like you say you do, then why you calling for a peace treaty, man? Or a ceasefire? Okay? They over there fucking Tel Aviv up, man. And also fucking up, you neighboring Islamic countries who made a agreement with America, man, and Israel. Okay? Like Dubai. A lot of bases is getting bombed, that made an agreement with America, man, and Israel. So guess what, man? They ready for war. They see blood. Okay. So that's the spirit on the earth right now. And when America find out nobody really wants to enlist in these wars, guess what? That draft is gonna come. And then ultimately what's going to happen is they're going to start just coming. Speaking as a man, but they're going to start coming in these big vans, you see what I'm saying, with no windows. And guess what? They're going to start snatching motherfuckers off the street. They're going to snatch you women off the street, snatching you men off the street. Okay? And you going to get, and they mentality is, hey, you going to get down and lay down. Okay? But these are the perilous times that we are in, man. Some very, very dark times, man. This is why the Spirit of the Lord has to be dealing with you, man. When your discernment has to be at an all-time high, man. And your faith, has to be, activated, man. Through prayer, fasting, okay, reading, being with the brothers, okay, being circumspect. All right, watching out, because your adversary Satan is as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Okay, it's gonna come from all ways, man. But in particular, we talking about this war, man. All right, and this enlisted age, 42 which hey, they raised the age. Now, hey, it's gonna be a draft, man. It says um 2 Ezra 16, okay, verse 27. It says so that one man, yes, it says so one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. It says, for of a city there shall be 10 left, all right, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks, man. They gonna be hiding, man. Hiding from that destruction, man. Okay? It's gonna be few men left, man. All right? This is the Lord's way of vengeance and payback for these other nations, man. And 2/3 of our people. Okay? For making a covenant with death. You see? You making a covenant with death, all right? Hey, so the Lord gonna give you what you want, man. He gonna give you on your over to your heart's desires. All right? And now you're gonna have to face that judgment, man. It says, verse 29, as in the orchard of olives upon every tree, there are left 3 or 4 olives, man. You see? It's going to be few men left, man, because they're going to be dying in this war left to right, man. Their bodies is going to be in the streets like dung, man, like manure, piled on top of each other, man. Okay? It is what it is. Okay? It says, where am I at? Every tree left in the 3 or 4. As verse 30, it says, or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. It says, even so, in those days shall there be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses, what? With the sword. Okay? It says, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travail therethrough, man. Ain't nobody gonna be there to, maintain it, man. The Lord promised an eradication, man. All right? You talking about depopulation. That's the Lord want to depopulate this, man. And that's not far-fetched from the Lord. The Lord did it when it came to, Sodom and Gomorrah. He did it when it came to, when he flooded the whole earth, man. Okay? Because that wickedness is exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man. And now the Lord is we in the time of judgment, man. Even though we got a little grace still, all right, because it ain't at its high, that judgment ain't at that indignation of the Lord, that righteous wrath is not at its peak now. So the Lord is still long suffering towards usward, but these scourges of amendment, are here, okay, in order for, Jake to, return to the Lord. All right. Like it's saying Amos 4, man, yet you have not returned to me, man. From 6 to 11, verses 6 to 11. Yet you have not returned to me. All these things the Lord is showing you. All right. These signs that the Lord is showing you. He's here. He's visited the earth. He's trying to extend his hand by way of the prophets. Okay. In order for you to change, but you're not going to change. So guess what? You're going to meet your fate. Okay. Verse 33, here's the point. A couple of the points. It says, 2 Ezra 16 and 33, it says, the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. It says, the women shall mourn, having no husbands. It says, their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers, man. This is the slaughter that the Lord, is going to perform, on these wicked people, man. All right. It says, It's like in verse 34. In the wars shall the bridegrooms be destroyed. You see that? And their husbands shall perish of famine, man. The Lord, promised the slaughter, man. Okay. It is what it is, man. A massive slaughter is going to take place, man, in this war, man. Okay. And it shows that these, unstable leaders, man, they don't give a damn about, you just a pawn on the chess piece, on the chessboard, man. You're sent out, to these wars, man, just to, fight for their agenda, man. Fight for a cause that really don't benefit you, man. All right? Because we know all wars are bankers' wars, man. Okay? And we know, through history and through research, now things are coming out there. Hey, these damn elites, funds both sides of the war, and whoever side that he funds the most, they could be able to survive the longest. All right. Why? Because whoever they, extend that money, and those finances to the most, that's who we want. You see what I'm saying? That's who they want to, be in place, or to be the next superpower, man. But those elites in the background, they're controlling these wars, man. And what they're trying to do is destroy, these infrastructures, the way they are set up now, to ultimately gain total control over the whole earth, and charagma and pop that chip in motherfuckers, man. Okay. This is ultimately, what their agenda is, man. They've exposed their agenda, man. Okay. So this is the real reason, why ultimately, this war is taking place. Now, you stupid Americans, man, gonna fall right in place with this shit. You see? You diehard Americans, trying to fight for your country, okay, that don't give a damn about you, man. All right? But, hey, rightfully so. It is what it is. 2/3 of our people, you got the warning, man. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that's listening to this damn army. All right? All for this motherfucker to, sing you out there, and get slaughtered. Okay? Don't even know what you dying for, man. All you know is if you survive, you can come back here, you know what I'm saying, and try to pump your chest up, and stun on your brothers, man. Okay? But these hey, they don't give a damn about you, bro. All right? But since you trust in Egypt, and you trying to lean on this broken reed, you trying to lean on a wall that has no support behind it, guess what, man? You're going to fall right through it, man. It is what it is. You're going to fall from that sword, okay? So these damn devils, they desperate, man, okay? Verse 34, 2 Ezra 16, 34, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, man, okay? And their husbands shall perish of famine. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Okay? It says, behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, man. This is the Lord ain't slacking on this war, man. This thing is heating up. Okay? It's going to be great pains, man. Oh, let me read the next verse. It says, as the Spirit says, verse 38, 2 Ezra 16 and 38, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her wombs, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Okay? And that's how the Lord is doing, man. Now, that baby about to be delivered, man, and the shit about to hit the fan. Okay? It ain't gonna be no more warning you, man. Now it's just gonna be straight judgment. Everywhere you turn, it's gonna be judgment, man. And you gonna know this is coming from the Lord. Okay? Verse 39, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side, man. You're going to see destruction and death everywhere you turn. Why? Because you did not hearken to the voice of the Lord, man, by way of his prophets. Okay? It says, O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle. And in those evils, even as pilgrims upon the earth, man. That's how we gonna be as the hopefully elect. Okay? We got to get our minds, our bodies and our spirit ready for this, what's about to happen. Because seeing that shit is different than just talking about it, man. Okay? We got to be in a whole nother spirit to be able to see it and don't see it and walk right past it, man. As if you ain't seen nothing. Okay? Because the Lord was long suffering for you to have you not to be enlisted in these wars, to have you not to be, destroyed in this famine. Okay? The Lord promised to protect us, man, during these times. All right? And we hold the Lord to his word. We believe that. But as for the others, the Lord is going to utterly destroy you, man. Okay? The Lord's going to utterly destroy you, man. All right? But I just wanted to bring that out, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look here. This is what's going on, man. Bringing out prophecy, adding in my stone to the building of our temple, man. All right? Which will issue in what? The kingdom of heaven, ultimately, man. All right? But this new age limit is going to ultimately lead to a draft because nobody is going to enlist into this army, man. All right? Nobody's going to enlist. Hey, and rightfully so, man. Hey, shalom, man.